What if one piece from your paper pumpkin kit could make an entire card design all by itself? Today I'm turning this beautiful floral wreath into a quick and elegant, beautiful spring card. Hi friends, I'm Chelsey from Creative Chelsey, and I love sharing fun ways to stretch your paper pumpkin kits. And if you're new to Paper Pumpkin, it's a Stampin' Up! Monthly crafting kit subscription that includes everything you need to make beautiful handmade cards. Stamps, ink, and all the pre-cut pieces delivered right to your door. These are the 3 original cards that you can create with the kit, and what I like to do is take the contents and change it up and make my own alternative cards. You can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin using the link below. Let's jump in and make this card together. Okay, let's go over the pieces that you need from the kit. There is a light green card base, and you're going to cut yourself a piece that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. We are going to emboss this. You can use any embossing folder you have. You will also need the wreath die cut, and then from that same card base, I've cut a 1/2 inch by 2 1/4 inch strip. We're going to flip it over and use the white side for our greeting. From my own personal stash, I am using soft sea foam here for my card base. And again, I'm going with a vertical design so that score line's at the top. So the card base size is 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. And then I have some pretty in pink cardstock strip that we're going to cut out this beautiful die cut. And that die cut comes from the Beautiful Blooms dies. So if you have this, you can use it. If you don't, you could use a different greeting. You could stamp or die cut a greeting for that. So if you love making my paper pumpkin alternatives, make sure to check out my Paper Pumpkin Cut Club here on YouTube. Members get my exclusive cutting guides, so you have all your pieces cut and ready to go. Early access to videos and member-only videos so you can get sneak peeks of my cards. So we're just going to work our way from the back of the card to the front. So we're going to start with that card base, and I'm embossing it with the Forever Plaid embossing folder, and then we're going to splatter it. And here is that embossed paper. Then I'm going to splatter it with dark crumb cake ink. I'm just using the dark crumb cake Stamp and Blend marker and tapping it with my bone folder. It just creates this nice fine splatter look. Let's add that to my card base. Just with some liquid glue on the back. I love using liquid glue for embossed papers. I think it just gets in there into all those little grooves and crevices and really makes a nice connection to the card base. Okay, so here we're at right now. We can now add our wreath with some dimensionals. Okay, so I've added a couple to the back of that, and I'm going to just place this in the center. The wreath does have a direction, I feel like, so make sure that your flowers are going the correct direction. I think there is a definite feeling if it's upside down, so keep that in mind. Now we're going to work on the die cuts for the greeting. And this greeting is really delicate, and I really wanted it to stand out, and one way you can do that is to layer the die on top of itself a couple times. So I've got, to make that easier, I've got some adhesive sheets, and you're just going to take a strip that's a little smaller than your cardstock. So my cardstock here is 2 inches. So I'm going to do maybe a 1 7/8 and add that to the back of my cardstock. I just like to remove one section at a time so I don't get that adhesive all over my fingers. And just smooth it out. Okay. And then I also want to add some foam adhesive sheet to my last piece. And the reason for that is so that it can be popped up at the same level as my wreath. And I want it to be supported because it is such a delicate die. So I've got some foam adhesive sheet here. And the way the die sits on the wreath, I don't need it under the B or the L. I just need it under E through U. So by measuring that on my foam adhesive sheet will give me an idea of how much I need. So we can just, you can use your paper trimmer or you can use just some scissors. So you need about 1 inch, and then we can cut it down just a little bit. And then we'll add this to this as well. I'm going to go ahead and just pull this up just a little bit. There. Okay. So this, I need some space on the both sides of this foam adhesive sheet because I have to cut the B and L as well, but the adhesive is just going to be in the center. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to cut 3 total, 2 from the flat adhesive sheet and 1 with the foam. Okay. Okay, so I just want to show you. To keep it in place, I did add a little removable tape, and it's cut from the B and then through the foam adhesive sheet. And yeah, I could have probably brought it down a little bit more so I didn't miss that top of the T, but it's okay. And then the L here is not on the foam adhesive sheet. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove it from the cardstock carefully. And then if you have a silicone craft sheet, I have found these to be really helpful for this type of process. So just gently remove it. It might be a little sticky. You'll want to make sure you get all the little pieces that are inside the holes out. And again, just be careful because it is very delicate. Okay, so once you've done that, try to get it on your, oh, that needs to come out a little bit more. Okay. All right. Get it back to where it should be. Stuff is sticking all over. And you can see how delicate it is. But by adding multiple layers, we're going to make it thicker, make it stand out a little bit more. It really changes the whole way the die looks by adding those layers to it. So starting with the next one, again, remove all the pieces and you just lay it right on top. So that's layer 2, and then we'll add our last one. Great. Okay, It looks so good. So I did add a little bit of shine to the top with a Wink of Stella brush. And what I like to do is just take my the back of my dimensionals and just get that ink flowing, and then you can just do it right on top. And it just adds that little bit of shine. I love the Wink of Stella pen. Okay. All right, let's give that a minute to dry while we stamp our greeting. So I wanted this to be a spring card. You can change any of these cards to be any greeting that you need. So if you need like a baby card or a birthday card or a Mother's Day card, you can do that by switching up the greetings. So you don't have to use the ones that I'm sharing with you. So I shared this in yesterday's tutorial, but we're just going to stamp the word spring, and we're going to do it by using the edge of our ink pad, and I'm using Pretty in Pink. If you want a darker color, you could use Melon Mambo is a great color to use. Okay, and then once you've got that inked up, grab a tape, and you're going to cover up the word sweet so that that ink doesn't get on our label, and then stamp it right in the center. And we used the white side of this strip, and again, this strip came from some of the scraps from the card base, and I just flipped it over to the white side. Okay, you may want to add a little adhesive to the back of this. L doesn't have any adhesive, so I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid adhesive. Just going to rub that around, and then we're going to add this to the card. So I want to make sure that L gets placed down, and then come straight across and add the B. And then press firmly to make sure that it gets attached. So cute. And then we're going to stick spring underneath. If you want, you can maybe lift up some of the layers and tuck it like between some of those layers to get it a little closer. Let me add some dimensionals. Don't add them too close to the ends, that way you can overlap the wreath a little bit on that side. Just like that. So cute. Okay, so some last things that we're going to add. I just wanted to make the embellishments very subtle by using the sequins, and you can use either sequin, the clear or the orangey peachy color, and use as many as you want. I'm gonna do maybe 2 at the top, and let's do 3. Actually, let's do 3 at the top. Maybe do 1 more right here. Yeah. So wherever you want to place those, you can. You can put them around the wreath or just keep them in some groupings. So whatever you'd like. And that card is all done. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me create this beautiful card today. If you're interested in seeing written instructions or close-up images on how I created this card, you can visit my blog, creativechelsey.com. If you would like to subscribe to get your own paper pumpkin kit, you can do so using the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.